We've got quarterbacks coach and defensive special teams coordinator, Jeff Popovich, and we'll open it right up for questions for Coach Popovich.
It seems like your corner group is kind of gelled into rotations. Have you feel like you kind of have what you were looking for in terms of rotation now?
Yeah, I mean, I think just those guys go out and every day competing and trying to earn playing time. They've done a great job, and all those guys have done a really good job preparation. So feel comfortable about playing those guys. Just being a defensive player, your workload in general is a little higher in special teams as well. So need to be able to rotate those guys. In and out of the game to make sure everybody's fresh. And, offenses nowadays, they go so fast, they rotate receivers. You got to be able to get fresh legs in there. Otherwise, you just get gassed out. And so those guys done a really good job preparing themselves and being ready to play.
Has Sims done a good job of catching up since he's been here?
Yeah, I think he's done a great job. I mean, he's a very intelligent football player, has a great feel for the game in general. So just learning the schemes and all that stuff hasn't been a problem. He's put in the time, the work to be prepared and to be ready, and so definitely been happy with that.
How
did his mindset change, I guess, kind of having to go through what he had to go through, thinking that not going to be able to go out there and then having to turn and be like, yeah, look, I can play. What was that kind of like?
I think it's a little bit emotional roller coaster for him. We took the approach the whole time with him as far as, hey, you got to be ready to play. So we prepared going through the beginning of camp like you're going to play. Now, of course, the longer that dragged on with the NCAA, you kind of, as you get closer to the game, I think he inherently just naturally start to wonder, hey, am I going to be able to play? Are they going to deny me? But he did a good job, stayed focused, and just tried to prepare himself like he was going to play. And I think definitely as you got into game week, because it wasn't until the final hour that he got eligible and they cleared him. I think that week leading up to it, he was great with practice, but definitely you could see he just was a little disappointed he wasn't going to be able to play. But then they kind of came back and improved him. So there was a little bit of that, but not much. He did a really good job being prepared and focused.
Your corner's been put in a lot of one-on-one situations. How do you feel they've done with the 50-50 balls?
So far, I mean, they've done a really good job. It's just, you want to win every single one of them. So every time that you don't win one, you got to go back and look at, okay, where could we have been better? How could we have won the down? Was it early in the down? Was it late in the down? How could we have done a little bit better job to be successful? So, we want to be 100, but I've been proud of them. They've done a really good job, and what you saw last week too. The other part of that is we did lose one late in the game, but they responded, they bounced back, and the key is they didn't allow that play to affect the next one. They bounced back, to play the next play, got their minds right, and were able to do a good job on defense to get off the field. So that's the other part of it, which has been very positive. Is even if we have given one up, the defense has stayed positive. They themselves have kept their head in it and done a really good job.
In terms of play, Trace Willings, very physical corner and a lot of hands, and caught a couple of flags for that. And is that one of those catch-22 things? You don't want to take away that aggressiveness that gives him a little bit of an edge in the physicalness, but also has to kind of be mindful of how a guy's calling a game.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely need to, be intelligent about, you can't grab, and that's really the bottom line, right? And so we want to be aggressive. We want to shoot hands. We want to get hands on. We want to steal a second at the line of scrimmage. But as you get into the route, and you just got to make sure you can't grab onto those jerseys because they'll call it every time. So he's very mindful of it. I mean, he comes in and asks questions and hey, where could I have been better? How could I have done this better? What can I do to prevent myself from kind of the instinct of the guy's starting to pull away and you want to reach out and grab a guy. He's been good with that as far as trying to work on it every day and make sure he doesn't put himself in that position again.
To that, and it seems like the last couple of in particular, they've gone his way for different reasons. But
Right.
How do you feel like he's shaken out in some tough situations?
I think he's done a really good job. I think he's working really hard and preparing himself. And so, if they want to pick up and throw that way, then cool. I mean, accept the challenge and be excited and, hey, put the ball down. Let's go. I want the ball to come my way. And we want guys on defense that want the ball to come their way. And if I'm sitting out there and I'm looking across the field and I'm worried they're going to throw one way, you don't feel real comfortable about that. And so I think he's got the right mentality, and as all those guys do, as far as, hey, let's go. I want you to throw my way. It's fourth and ball game. Come on, let's go. I want to make a play.
The young guys, Huff and Johnson, how are they progressing?
They're doing a great job. I mean, they show up every day to work. They sit in meetings. They ask great questions. They're dialed in. They watch film. And so I've been very encouraged and happy with them and their development. And so we just got to keep developing, keep growing.
In terms of the other corner spot, Zamari seems like a guy who's kind of surprised you guys with how well he's played and kind of his developmental curve.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Yeah, Zamari's done a really good job at just staying focused and improving his game one step at a time, one day at a time. And I think doing that starting in the spring has helped him to develop into having some success this year and doing a really good job for us. So we're excited about him. Just keep getting better every single day. He's serious about his business. He's done a really good job, and so we just got to keep getting better.
In a week like this, how do you weigh like how much to kind of ease off, but also continue developing and going hard?
I think, especially at the corner spot, you can always do things to get better that aren't necessarily a grind on their legs. So you can do drills that are at the line of scrimmage. You can do drills down the field, and so you can do things to improve and get better without beating them up too much. So just trying to do all that, trying to get our legs back and get fresh. But a lot of that also is they need to get in there and hot tub, cold tub, and contrast, and see the trainer, and do all those little things too, and kind of put it all together. And so, I've been encouraged, and they've done a really good job. And so, just kind of keep working.
This might seem like a silly question, but I'm honestly curious. Like when going back to talking about pass interference and everything like that, and how it's the natural instinct if the receiver starts getting separation that you want to grab, you want to make sure that you're on him. How do you teach that to make sure that like natural instinct doesn't?
It's discipline. It's just coaching it every time it comes up, and I think it's them being disciplined and trusting their technique and trusting their ability to close and make a play on the ball, and playing with poise. And so it's just trying to rep it, situations where there's a little bit of separation and you're closing and you can't look back and you just got to trust your technique. And then the other part of it is just every time it shows up on film, showing the why, the good and the bad and the why, so they feel comfortable with it. And so and understand that hey, you don't got to panic. You can still in position to make plays. This is just kind of how you got to play it. And so just kind of taking it one step at a time.
How significant is it when you get a block kick and those kind of things just on film?
Yeah.
For teams to see that and get in the minds of other kickers and those type of things as you go forward, or a fake punt or whatever those things are in terms of play planning.
I think anytime you can create a lot of momentum on special teams, whether it be you block a punt, you block a field goal, you throw a touchdown pass, you run a fake or something. Anytime you can do that, I mean, that momentum swing is huge on both sides because it's such an emotional high, for the team that's successful, and it's such an emotional low for the team that isn't. I think it creates a lot of energy. It creates a lot of excitement, and guys just kind of can feed on that, from the standpoint of preparation going into a game. So you see them do that. I think anytime a kicker sees, kicks get blocked or kicks get missed and things like that, it kind of weighs on them a little bit, and they try not to let it bother them, but, I think deep down it does, and they kind of start changing what they do a little bit. Hey, I got to kick it a little bit faster. I need to get it a little bit higher. Things like that might just kind of one little inch here or there that ultimately results in a positive impact for us is good. So anytime you can get in an opponent's head with something like that, you're happy, but you just keep working and go to the next play and stay focused the next time.
When you watched the Miami kickers prior to the game, did you notice that they weren't getting the ball up?
I wouldn't say that. I think they've done I thought they kicked really well in pregame. They did a good job. We just felt that I think our guys just took pride in the snap. A lot of times field goals, extra points are defenses have a tendency to relax because, hey, it's a gimme. And I think our guys just attacked it. They just said, hey, we got to put the ball down. We got to go attack this play. It's the same as any other play. We have an opportunity to be successful, and our guys did that. And they did a really good job, I think, up front getting push to create some space right there to get up and create a miss or create, a deflection and a block.
What's something about Nathan Cottrell as a special teams coach that maybe you appreciate that not everyone sees?
Is just general. I mean, not that I guess I'd say. I think it comes out when he plays, just his effort, just how he approaches every single day. Though I mean, he's out here and he goes 100 miles an hour every single rep to be great, and so he prepares that way, he practices that way, he drills it that way. So I think he gives himself the best opportunity to go out on game day and be successful.
Has it been fun working with Coach Collins?
Yeah.
And it's cool to see. He is really involved with special teams.
Yeah.
That's the probably most active he is in a practice.
Right.
And that sort of, it's been a thing in AC, like there was Beamer ball with Frank Beamer. So
Right.
like to hang your hat on that as something
Yeah.
as a coach has to be kind of cool.
No, it's great. I mean, I think everybody's seeing both ends of the spectrum. I mean, you guys have seen head coaches that aren't real involved in special teams, and what happens a lot of times is the team doesn't see it as important as it is. And Coach Collins understands that, it's a third of the game, and he's very, very, very involved. He gets very excited about it. And so it's great. So the whole team buys in, and it's tremendous. I mean, it's the first priority we talk about around here. Special teams first priority. So, if they need a break, they're tired, then they're going to rest on offense or defense, but they're going to get their special teams plays. So it's tremendous having that support, and with him, with the team, and his mind. He's an incredibly smart football coach, and to have him involved in that capacity as well is awesome.
Had you coached against your alma mater previously?
When I was at FIU, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was at FIU, it was early. We had just gotten there, I think 07, and I'm trying to think if we played them in 08, but we did play them, in 07 one time. So that was, but it was the first time in a long time.
Is there enough distance that just another team, or is there still?
Anytime it's your alma mater, it's definitely something different. I wouldn't say I took the preparation any different, but when you travel down there and you go to the stadium, you see the colors, you watch them on film, definitely there's a lot of memories that flood back to those days.
Probably a little different than being in the Orange Bowl, though.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, that was a huge thing. A lot of people ask, well, I didn't play in this stadium, so had we played in the Orange Bowl, definitely would have been a whole nother level of flashback and memories and kind of recounting things.
Well, thanks, Coach.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. Yep. Thank you.